Hello, hello. I am Shirley, and you know that already. Before we get started in the podcast, I just want to say I know it's been a while. It's been at least a month anyway. And I was kind of out there just trying to figure things out creatively, and I figured it out. So I appreciate you while I was doing that. It's only been a month, but still, we were here like every week together, and I feel horrible because, I wasn't showing up, but I was showing up behind the scenes, and that happens sometimes. So if you're like me and you're kind of in a creative, like restructuring of sorts, give yourself some grace, take all the time you need, but do come back. Do pick the thing back up. And today is me picking the thing back up. All right. So that being said, welcome to the Pink Unicorns, Peacocks, Pearls, and Prosperity podcast, the sacred space where we elevate your divine essence and unlock your untapped potential. I'm your host, Shirley Brooks, transformational life and business strategist and creator for the advancement of women. I'm here to guide you on a soul-stirring journey towards holistic success and divine prosperity. Are you ready to do it scared? Good, because that's what we're all about around here, breaking through barriers, shattering limiting beliefs, and stepping into your God-given destiny. Remember, every step you take brings you closer to your purpose. You've already taken that step today by tuning in, so buckle up as we embark on a transformative voyage to the highest version of you. With our mantra, Amplify You, we'll dive into the depths of your unique brilliance, shine your light unapologetically, and cultivate a love for your journey that's as deep as it is boundless. Whether you're a female solopreneur, say that 50 times fast, a businesswoman, a corporate climber, or a creator, this podcast is your sanctuary for growth, inspiration, and divine connection. If you've been here before and love my pod coaching sessions, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know someone who could benefit from these soul nourishing sessions, share today's episode link. Thank you so much in advance. Now grab your favorite cup of whatever you drink that makes you feel happy and relaxed, your journal, and your go-to headphones. Find a cozy little spot to chill, or, reposition your chair at your desk, and let's set off on this incredible journey together. Welcome back to the Pink Unicorns, Peacocks, Pearls, and Prosperity podcast. Now, before we dive in, as always, let's highlight the magical moments that you can look out for that will enrich you on our journey today. The first one, of course, is the pink moment. It's a high vibe quote from a thought leader that will ignite your spirit. The unicorn moment, which is a confirmation, emphasis on the CON, which stands for constructive, optimistic, and nurturing. Basically, it's an affirmation. You know me, though. I had to make it all fancy. These are designed to reprogram your reticular activating system, your RAS filter, and help you consciously overcome negativity. The peacock moment is a reflection question, or a few of them, based on today's focus points to catalyze your transformation. The pearl moment is your invitation to share a pearl of wisdom or ask a question that enriches our community. Of course, that's after I share my pearl of wisdom. And finally, the prosperity moment. Yes, prosperity. An abundance attracting nugget, a scripture or a story or something of my choosing to expand your authentic power and align you with today's topic or your divine purpose as well. But these moments can happen in any order. So if you were writing those down, don't expect for them to be like bam, 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 back to back to back, unless I get lucky in my creating. But let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with the pink moment. We're going to open right up with it. In our pink moment, I'm going to start with something different, but it's definitely native to me. I'm going to start with the scripture. I always like to tell people that Jesus is my guru. But in all seriousness, this is not going to be a preachy thing or anything like that. But in my time away, I have realized that parts of me have not been shared. And that could be why my feelings of creativity were stifled, because I wasn't sharing all of me. All of me is not just a life and business strategist and coach and mom and wife, but there is a huge part of me that is my faith. And so I am going to incorporate more of that into what I do. And it starts with, of course, this time together with you. If that's not your thing, I totally understand and welcome or invite you to depart if you want to. But if not, stick around. Again, it's not going to be any sermon or anything like that, but it definitely will be infused with all of the things that are me. Okay. Probably will be the only time you get that disclaimer. So refer back to this episode if you are ever in doubt. All right. For our pink moment today, do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. That's the scripture from Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 10. And I love that. It was something that inspired me from over this week as I was doing my own devotion to, time. And so I'm sharing it with you all. But the point of this podcast today is just to dive into how, in a world that often glorifies the end result, it's easy to feel inadequate when you're just starting out or facing challenges. And this podcast today aims to uplift your spirit and remind you that being a work in progress is not only okay, but it is something to be proud of. So that scripture we just read together, if you read it with me or just listened, it emphasizes the divine joy in the process of creation and growth. It's a reminder that every step we take, no matter how small, is a part of our bigger divine journey. So I have something for you too to chew on from the 48 Laws of Power. Law number 33, discover each man's thumb screw. Have you ever heard that? Well, in short, it basically is the law is about finding people's weaknesses or vulnerabilities. And in the context of today's podcast, it serves as a reminder that everyone has their own challenges and vulnerabilities. And somebody includes those of us who may be further in our journey, or we might be behind the person we're next to, right? It basically just saying here that those people that you look up to and that inspire you, that you might not necessarily be exactly where they are, but they're on a similar path as you. They maybe made it further down the road while you may be just starting out. They're not here to feed your insecurities. And also, they have insecurities too. We all have insecurities. However, it's not about exploiting those insecurities. It's not about comparison. It's not about fearing even starting. But it's understanding that we're all works in progress. So in today's podcast, we're going to dive deeper into the concept of being a work in progress. We'll explore why this is not just, this is actually okay, but it's not just okay. It's something to celebrate, and how you can navigate your journey with grace and confidence. All right, so let's dive into our prosperity and peacock moment. Let's begin with it at this time. And it's actually going to be a story and then reflection questions. And the story is The Tale of Two Seeds. How fun. Okay, I'm so corny and y'all know that. So just stick around. And it's story time. So listen. In a lush, fertile garden, two seeds lay side by side, cradled by the nurturing soil. They were destined for greatness, each carrying the potential to become a magnificent flower. The first seed was filled with a sense of wonder and excitement. "I want to grow," she declared, her tiny voice echoing in the chambers of the earth. "I want to stretch my roots deep into this soil and shoot my stems towards the sky. I want to dance with the wind and kiss the sun." And so she did. With each passing day, she pushed her roots deeper, absorbing the nutrients that the soil generously offered. Slowly but surely, her stem broke through the surface, reaching out to the world above. Over time, she blossomed into a stunning flower. Her petals, a radiant hue, her fragrance sweet and inviting. She became a source of joy for everyone who passed by, a testament to the beauty of growth and the fulfillment of potential. Now beside her, the second seed lay dormant. He was gripped by fear and doubt. Well, what if I don't like it up there? He pondered. What if the sun is too hot or the wind too harsh? What if I grow into something ugly and nobody likes me? His fears paralyzed him, keeping him buried in his comfort zone, a prisoner to his own limitations. While the first seed experienced the seasons, felt the rain, nourished her petals, and heard the songs of the birds, the second seed knew only darkness and solitude. He never got to explore the joy of growth, the thrill of life, or the love of those who would have admired him. As time passed, the first seeds understood something profound. Growth comes with risks and challenges, but the rewards are immeasurable. She realized that the beauty of life lies in the journey itself, the struggles, the triumphs, and even the uncertainties. The second seed, however, remained buried in a treasure chest of untapped potential. He never understood that the biggest risk in life is not taking one. That by letting fear dictate his choices, he was missing out on the extraordinary experience called life. Now, which seed are you? That was a cute little story. I know. Now go grab your journal and answer these 2 peacock reflection questions to help you dig in. All right. 2 questions are you allowing fear to keep you buried? And number 2 is, what small step can you take today to grow? You can pause here if you want to, or you can come back and do that for like your journaling this evening. Give yourself some more self-care time or pause here, whichever one you prefer. But if you're back with us, it's time for the Pearl moment. Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." Really good quote, right? While success can provide us with a sense of accomplishment, it can also lead to complacency. But on the other hand, failure or an unforeseen change in our original plan can be a catalyst for growth, which can push us to learn from our mistakes and perceived misfortunes and help us forge ahead more empowered. And that's how we gain the courage to continue. To further help you muster the courage to continue and to embrace small beginnings, I have 3 pearls of wisdom. Pearl number 1, do not edit your testimony. I talked about that a little bit before we got started when I was talking about how, when I was getting ready to introduce the scripture and how there are parts of me that I just have not been sharing. And I really do feel like because I was editing my testimony, editing who I am, editing my journey to try to make it match society, I was not able to fully and authentically speak. And now that I have stopped editing, or I'm in the process, I'm not perfect yet, but I'm in the process of not editing my testimony, my throat chakra is clear. I can communicate. So here we are today, 1 month later. But seriously, your journey with all its ups and downs serve as a testimony to others. So don't edit out the struggles. They are the stepping stones that others may need to see to believe that they too can overcome. Pearl number 2, is all things work together for your highest good. Another one of my favorite scriptures, but it's a normal saying too. The point here, though, is that even the hiccups in our journey are divinely orchestrated for our highest good. Trust the process and know that you're exactly where you need to be. And finally, pearl number 3, everything goes to purpose. Your life may not go as planned, but it will go according to purpose. So do not be ashamed of your unique path, even with its ups and downs. Embrace it. All right, it's story time again, but this one is way shorter than the last one. But I want you to see what happens when you incorporate these 3 tips. So let's talk about Sarah. She was a busy mom and solopreneur, and she had a big hiccup in her happy life plan. She had her plans of having a brick and mortar coaching business, and that plan was all laid out. But then the pandemic happened. She could not open her office and have in-person clients as she had been planning to for the past couple years. This did hit her hard, and many people who find themselves in a place of contrast and challenge like Sarah, when they first start something new, they get stuck and they give up. But not Sarah. She prayed and reflected on the setback, and she kept the faith in her original purpose. Instead of giving up, she re-strategized and pivoted. She pivoted her business model and started offering online courses. And today, she's reaching more people than she ever thought she could before. Her plans changed, but her purpose remained the same. Her purpose was to empower women. And now she found a way to do it, even in the midst of a pandemic. And I love her story. It's such a powerful reminder that even when our plans change, God's purpose remains steadfast. It's a testament to the bounce back ability that God placed in all of us, the natural resilience and adaptability that each one of us has within us. Everyone has it, even you. All right, that was my pearl of wisdom. Now I invite you to share your own pearl of wisdom or ask a question in our community. You can do so in the comments here or find me on Instagram. I'm at Coach Shirley Brooks. Shirley is spelled Shirley. Brooks is Brooks. I think you know how to spell coach. Your questions or insights and experiences can inspire others on their purpose path as well. And I'm looking forward to receiving your feedback. And remember, what you send me might get featured on our next podcast episode. So please share your pearl of wisdom. All right, 2 stories in 1 pod coaching episode. I know. It's a lot. But if you're still here, thank you. But as we wrap up, you'll be happy to hear. As we wrap up today's episode, let's carry the energy forward from what we learned today into our unicorn moment. Let's feed our RAS filter with the food it needs to shift your perspective with a final confirmation. Close your eyes if you can and repeat after me. Ready? I am divinely guided on my journey. Each step, each hiccup, each triumph is leading me closer to my highest good. One more time. I am divinely guided on my journey. Each step, each hiccup, each triumph is leading me closer to my highest good. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Pink Unicorns, Peacocks, Pearls, and Prosperity podcast, the sacred space where we elevate your divine essence and unlock your untapped potential. I hope today's discussion has inspired you to embrace your journey, hiccups and all. Remember, you're not alone. We are all works in progress, and that is something to celebrate. Why? Because you started and you heeded the call, and you are still here pushing through. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to reach out to me on social media or leave a review. And don't forget to subscribe so you can never miss an episode. Thank you for joining me today. And remember, you are a divine work in progress, and that's something to be proud of. Until next time, keep growing, glowing, and shining your light and following your purpose. Lots of love from me, and may God's grace be with you. Thank you. See you again soon. Bye-bye.